Brilliant. Justin.
Michael.
The Justin Davies. Thank you for being part of this. I'm very excited. I've talked to a number of different musos on my path, Golden Guitar winners, WAM Award winners, but I think that you have taken the hardest step, and that is releasing your very first song. Cloudy Thinking, I love the track. I want to hear a little bit about your journey in releasing this song.
Yeah, cool. Well, thanks, Michael. It's fantastic to be along here. Love the work that you do, so it's really good. I think it was back about sort of pre-COVID. When was that? Sort of 2020, I think.
Yeah.
I'd been going along to a few open mics,
Right.
And I thought, what I need to do is terrify myself and actually try. I reckon I went to 8 or 9 open mics before I kind of got the courage up to have a crack.
Right, so you went as an observer.
Just went along.
Wow. Okay.
And I think part of that was just to get a sense of how it worked and sort of feel comfortable with it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not a person that's shy in getting up in front of people. I've spoken in front of hundreds of people before. I don't really get nervous doing that. But getting up at an open mic in front of 8 or 10 friends and about 4 other people in the bar was properly nerve-wracking.
Yeah. A different level of vulnerability?
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it, because you're trying to pick some songs. And I've always been, in the times I've been in bands, I've been the guitarist.
Right.
And I've maybe done a Stevie Ray Vaughan cover song, right? And
right.
And as we all know, Stevie was most well known for his vocals. Not right. So that was kind of my attitude towards it, as the vocals had to fill in until the guitar could start talking. And then when you're doing the open mics, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
You get the vocal right, then the guitar sits underneath it, so you actually have to back off the guitar, and then while you're trying to remember all of that, you've got to try and be entertaining as well.
Yeah, right.
And I still struggle sometimes to just smile and enjoy it and not be too serious on stage. Yeah, no, it is really it's really a constant challenge, I think.
Yeah, okay. And so you get up, you start doing some open mics.
Yeah.
What kind of unfolds from there?
I was in a couple of bands at the time, and I was just looking to, it was a bit of just trying to make myself nervous,
right,
to be honest, and just walk my way through that. I could see other people that were doing it, and I was so impressed that, these people are just getting up and going, cool, I'm just going to plug in, I'm going to do 6 songs.
Yeah, okay.
And, like it was no big deal. And I thought that was really cool. And then I was in a couple of bands. You know how sometimes it goes with bands. You practice for ages.
Yep.
Then creative differences, or we had one band where the drummer had to go to hospital for some stuff. The guitarist got busy, and the bass player said, "Well, I'm going over to take over a business in the US, so I've got to go."
Wow.
So just like all of us fell apart. And so then I joined another band, and that went great. And we did, I think, 2 shows.
Yeah, okay.
Then that fell apart. And then the previous band I'd been in, the keyboard player had got pulled into a couple of tribute bands.
Oh, right.
Because he can do everything, this guy.
Yeah.
If he's watching this, you'll know who we're talking about. And so then that band fell apart, and I kind of went, this sucks. What can I control? Well, I can control if I'm playing. So if it's just me and there's something going on with the band or not, I can still get out there and do something and use performing in public as a way of improving, and pushing myself and getting better in public, and getting the crowd reaction and learning all of that stuff, and then working out, where in songs is working and where it isn't, and, all of those sorts of things.
Is that growth, do you think, linked to making yourself nervous, how you said before?
Yeah, I think I'm at the the point for me was to get through that nervousness to a point where I'm not nervous.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and I've done that with public speaking
Yeah.
stuff. I only get nervous if I'm not prepared, and then I think, which is a good thing, because it makes sure that you prepare.
Yep.
So if you're prepared, you might get a little bit of jitters beforehand, but then you're on stage and you go, right, job to do. Let's get on with it. Let's have some fun.
Unreal.
Yeah.
And so you're singer-songwriter now. You're doing some open mics. How did that manifest from that stage into releasing some of your own music?
Yeah, great question. I think the thing that I found that helped push me was a couple of things. First off, you need do you remember seeing there's a video clip of a guy dancing on the side of a hill and there's heaps of people there and there's nobody else dancing. And then all of a sudden somebody joins that guy and the next thing you know, 5 minutes later, the whole hill is dancing.
Right.
The point of the story is you kind of need your try to explain it. The point of the story is you need your first follower.
Yeah.
And so I had a really good friend of mine going, oh, you're very talented. And, she'd say it all the time. And I'd go, oh, yeah. And then when you've got a few other people saying, hey, what you're doing's good, then you doubt it a bit less.
Yeah, right.
I think where I'm getting to now is I'm doubting it a little bit less, but I'm still just astonished when people who know what they're doing or don't know what they're doing like when I'm doing. And it's just such a such a buzz. I think the other part of it was I was part of this guitar group where we'd get 20 or 30 people in a round.
Wow.
And somebody would pick the next song, away you go, and they did an exercise where they said, right, you've got to write a song. And somebody else had written a 4-chord song, and I just went, oh wow, that's properly impressive. So I had a go at writing a song, and I went and performed it, and everybody applauded, and I just went, what, you really like this, or are you just being kind? There's that thing, and so then I started performing that song in pubs, and I thought, well, I'll just throw it in. If I put it in the middle of the set, nobody can complain. I play a lot in Freo. You're supposed to play original stuff down there occasionally, so I thought I could get away with it. And then, just sort of you keep going at it, and then you start, as you get better at the craft, I think, you notice people start tapping or moving or something, and I think that's the greatest thing. Yeah.
So up until this point, you'd been playing covers.
Yeah.
And now you're in the songwriting mode. How does it feel different performing a song that you have written versus a cover?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely it does. I think there's probably two key things I notice. One is because you've written a song, I started to actually prefer play my own songs over some covers.
Yep.
Because I actually felt like some of them sat better, and I was more, the performance was better. So there was there's a bit of that. The other bit though is that, and I've done this where you play 8-9 originals in a row. So people don't know any of that, and people's ears do like to hear something familiar. From time to time, but I feel like as I'm going on, I'm getting better at making it entertaining and people liking it, even if they haven't heard it.
Yeah. Which is a skill. Yeah. So you write some originals. Why did you choose to record one?
Well, just another level of terror, right? The other thing I did that was properly terrifying, I decided to do stand-up comedy.
Yeah, right.
So I had a crack at stand-up comedy, again, just to go, right, I always wanted to do it. I always wanted to give it a try. A friend of mine said I'm doing a stand-up comedy course, so I went with him. And can I tell you that like when you're doing music, particularly like solo stuff, you've got to remember all the lyrics.
Yeah.
Right? And you've got to remember the chord, the song structure.
Yeah.
You've then got to remember all of the chords and the chord shapes and all that kind of stuff. You've got to remember the melody. And with all that going on, and if you might have a foot tambourine going as well, right? Or a stomp box. Yeah. With all of that going on, you have to remember to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Comedy, by comparison, and no disrespect to any comics out there, all you got to do is turn up with a microphone and go, "G'day."
Yeah, right.
And then remember your set. And so, and comedy's hard, right? So let's...
Yeah.
But I think what I worked out was, how we talk about 10,000 hours. I wanted to put the 10,000 hours plus into music.
Yep.
And I didn't feel the same, as much as I love comedy, I didn't feel the same drive into that. So I kind of felt like I was disrespecting that to kind of do it by half. And who's got enough time to do everything they want anyway?
Totally.
I think the other thing which I've spoken to you before about was I'd written like a couple of songs.
Yeah.
And I went, that's kind of cool. And then I came across this thing called I Heart Songwriting.
Yeah.
Which Francesca Valance created.
Right.
And she was doing this video on how do you write an album of songs in a year, how do you create an album in a year, right, in an hour a week? And I went, hello. So I watched this video that she did, and before the video was done, I'm pulling out the card and signing up, right?
Yeah, right.
And so they've got a great process where you write a song a week in an hour.
Yeah, okay.
So I've got 40 plus songs now. Some are better than others.
Fascinating.
But what it does do, there's a few things it does. One, I think, which is really, really good, is it gets you to think, hey, I'm a songwriter.
Yeah. Okay.
It gets you in I just need to sit down for an hour and I'll smash something out. It makes you finish.
Yeah.
That's critically important. It makes you finish something because you can polish it later, but if you've got the bones on it.
Yep.
So what I was doing is I'd write a song and I go, cool, got an open mic next week. I'm taking that out.
Brilliant.
So I took them all out.
Yeah.
So you shove it in front of a crowd and see if you get a reaction. And so then you end up tweaking them a bit and away you go. So I'm at a point now where I've got a new song coming out soon, which will play a little bit later, right?
Yeah.
And I start playing that and people start moving.
Yeah.
And I'm still astonished that they do, but I must be getting a little bit better along the way.
Yeah.
In terms of that stagecraft piece.
I've heard I don't know, somewhere on the socials, Ed Sheeran was talking about songwriting about almost like a dirty pipes.
Yeah.
You got to turn the tap on, and some of it may be pretty crappy, pretty brown water coming out, but you got to let it keep flowing to let your songwriting skills improve, evolve, and find more of you. Did you find that by writing that volume of songs, you have found more of Justin Davies in there?
I think that's a ripper question, and it's a great example with Ed too, because you don't find too many people work as hard as he does.
Yeah.
And another one of my heroes, Tommy Emmanuel, find anybody that works as hard as that guy.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah.
So I've found that definitely through that process, you start writing better songs, and it becomes easier.
Right.
And the stuff you write's got more of a hooky chorus or some sort of earworm that hopefully sticks in. I think that the thing I'm trying to just make sure I'm not doing now is just cranking out the song for the sake of a song. There's a few of the ones in the very early piece where I've really tried to delve into something, significant or that kind of thing, because I just feel like that can make quite the difference. I think the other thing, Michael, is we've talked a lot, is that it is so helpful to find somebody that's been along the path.
Yes,
that's a couple of steps along, and I wanted to thank you because you've done that for me, and I've appreciated all of the answers to the 1,000,000,005 questions I've given you over a long period of time. But I think having somebody that's gone down the path that goes, this is what you do. Just go find a producer, go in with the rough cut. Here's what you can expect when you get in there. Practice your timing before you get into the studio. All those kinds of good things.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I'm interested in your comments on this, but the Perth open mic scene I found really good as a place to meet different people that are at different stages, right? And at different stages with different instruments. Did you find that in your experience through the open mic scene, building that network to find people that you gravitated towards?
Well, that's where we met, right? Yeah. So absolutely. And I have found the Perth open mic scene. I'm not sure what it's like in other states, but certainly here, everybody is so supportive, right? And if you want to, go to open mic and see the people that are clapping and are engaged, it's all the musicians.
Yeah.
And because they appreciate they really appreciate what goes into it, and it's like every time you go and play, it's like catching up with a bunch of your best friends, and it's just as good as it gets, really.
It's a bit of a clique. No, clique's not the right word. It is a bit of a I don't know, family's probably a bit strong, but I feel like any open mic you go to in Perth, there's going to be at least 2 or 3 people that you've met and seen and networked from a different open mic, and there's like that familiarity of support to help, I guess, help yourself be vulnerable and try new things and all of that. I think I certainly echo that and couldn't speak highly enough of the Perth open mic scene. But so you're playing a lot, you're songwriting. You decide you want to record a song. Yeah. How's that like on the nerves and anxiety or the putting yourself out there scale?
About 11 out of 5.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough. I got a very good friend of mine I've known a long time, and when I started doing this iHeart songwriting thing, I just flicked him a couple of the tracks and said, "Oh, hey, here's a couple of the things that I'm doing just so you can so you know." And I didn't think much of the stuff I was doing. I was pretty self-critical. I was really enjoying the learning, and I knew that I was getting better at what I was doing, but I didn't think any of it was kind of good enough to record. So one of the songs I flicked to him was Cloudy Thinking, and he messages me and he goes, "My son and I were out in a gold mining tenement out in the middle of nowhere singing Cloudy Thinking." And I'm going, what? Yeah. And I think it comes back to that first follower thing, So I can understand a mate, fellow muso, going, "Oh, that's pretty good." There's one of his songs that he recorded years ago. I just love it. And so I can kind of understand that, but 17-year-old son going, "Hey, this is cool," and singing along, you go, maybe I got something here. So I picked that one and picked another one that seemed to go pretty well in the open mics, which is a little bit different. So it's Cloudy Thinking, and the second song's called Come to My Way of Thinking. The third song needs to be called Overthinking or Underthinking or something about I'm going to stop thinking. Or something completely different.
Yeah. And so how did you pick a studio, and how did the studio experience change from your expectations to reality?
Well, studio stuff was picking your brains, right? So I went, who do you know? What did you do? How did that go? What should I expect? All of that kind of stuff. So I felt pretty comfortable. And then I just rang the guy up and said, "Can I do coffee?" So I popped around and had a chat to him and said, "This is what I'm trying to do," and played him a couple of the tracks, and he said, "This sounds good." And I just went, "I can work with this guy."
Brilliant.
And we set a budget, and went in, away we went. And the hardest bit almost was like kind of getting the first day when he and I and the bass player are all available and not gigging or not doing something else. And so we went in and 2 days smashed out 2 songs, but I can remember when I was first starting to play this and sing it in the studio, and there's that bit of your brain that goes, this might be just a bit shit. Right?
It's going to be pretty common though in musos.
Oh, well, I think it's common for creative folk.
Well, yeah.
It's you're creating something and then you're putting something out into the world, and they'll like it or they won't like it.
Yeah.
And it's those resilient artists that are battle tried and tested that are the ones who go, look, I'm going to put this out. You like it or you won't like it.
Yeah.
I'm not diminished whether you do.
Yeah.
I hope you do.
Yeah.
But if you don't, that's okay.
Yeah.
There'd be something else you like, so that's all good.
Yeah.
There's plenty of songs
brilliant.
coming out.
Did you need to have a drummer and a bass player? Did you need the full arsenal of musicians in with you? Or was there some sort of way to shortcut having connections in all those instruments?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I think if I'd taken all of that in, then it would have cost a bit more. Might have got a better result. But I wanted to bring Patrick, my bass player, in because I just love the way he thinks.
Cool.
And I love the way he adds different ideas to the stuff I'm writing. I can create the song and he always finds ways to make it better. So I really enjoy working. So I really wanted him part of the process, even though the sound engineer is a
pretty sharp bass,
a sharp session muso on the and talented as. But I really wanted this chap Patrick there, and I wanted it to be something that we did together. And then with the drums, I ummed and ahed because we've got a drummer in our band, lovely guy, works super hard, but he's relatively new. He plays an acoustic kit and all that kind of stuff. So what we ended up doing was the guy that runs the studio says, look, I've got backing drum tracks, actual drummers, not drum machine, not MIDI, the actual drummers. And so we hunted down a couple of different drum tracks, and that's what's appeared on the on the recordings. And time over, would I get a drummer in? Yeah, maybe. But I think anybody who listens to the tracks, they won't know that it wasn't a session muso recording
I'd agree.
with us. So I think I think they're coming out pretty well.
Yeah.
Pretty happy.
Cloudy Thinking, recorded, mixed, mastered, put it out to the world. I love this question. What was the goal? What was the purpose that you wanted to achieve with that song?
Look, it was just one of those sort of serendipity things. I just wanted to roll the ball down the alley and see if it hit any pins.
Yeah.
And my objective was, there was 2 objectives. One, I knew people on 2 radio stations, so I wanted to get it played on at least 2 radio stations once.
Yep.
Right? If I could beat that was going to be a good goal.
Great.
Second, I wanted to put it out there and get a few people to hopefully listen to it and hopefully like it. Anything more than 10 would have been nice, to be honest. It really, if the secret to life is low expectations, that's where I was coming from. But there was a third thing. I wanted somebody to sing the chorus back to me.
It's a hooky chorus. It's not hard to do.
But, I think that's the ultimate. I remember going and seeing a Waifs gig. Belinda and I went and saw a Waifs gig just recently. And, Vicky and Donna are there, and the whole crowd is just singing loads of their songs back to them.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is the ultimate for an artist, that the music touches people in that kind of a way that they engage enough to remember it.
Yep.
And then hopefully connect with them and all the rest of it. So those were the goals, and I've knocked all of those out. So that
How many radio stations have you been played on?
I still can't believe it's been downloaded by over 1,100 stations.
That's wild.
Yeah. just makes me fall over, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, over 1,100 stations have downloaded it around the world. It's been played in Greece, Canberra, hometown of Donnybrook, even.
Represent.
Bunno.
Yeah.
Where else? Nashville. Been in Nashville, Ohio.
Yeah.
Just got an article written up by this international country music magazine.
Yeah.
Every single one of these things that comes through makes my jaw hit the desk, and I still just get very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Did it feel like low expectations if you were talking to 2020 Justin?
No.
Yeah.
If I was talking to 2020 Justin, who'd I got up and I think I did when I did the open mic, what I wanted to try and do is pull a theme together. So what I did was I picked the songs, I think it was 6 songs, and I went back to the year of each song and had a look in history as to what happened. One year Harold Holt had drowned himself and all of that kind of stuff. So by funny coincidence, I think I picked 4 songs from 1987 out of 6.
Yeah, wow.
So, but, my expectations then was I just wanted to get to the open mic without getting covered in tomatoes. I had really low.
Can relate.
Really low expectations. So it's all quite exciting. I had it was actually Patrick's partner said to me one night, we were having a jam down at South Street Ale House, and I just got up with the acoustic, right? Got up with the acoustic, and then Pat goes, "Can I play bass?" And I went, "Sure." We'd played in bands before, so that was easy. Another guy gets up and goes, "Oh, do you mind if I play drums?" And I went, "Sure." And another guy gets up, "Can I play lead?" And it was instant band, just add alcohol, away you go. And, then she said, "Well, look, why don't you build something around you?" And I'd never considered the idea before. So sometimes people just nudge you in a bit of a direction. It sometimes takes a little while for you to go, "Yeah, I'm going to do that."
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been lots of fun.
Yeah, amazing.
Lots of fun.
Next track being released, Come to My Way of Thinking. You were going to play that live here.
I am.
We're gonna get that down. When's that coming out?
I'm planning to come out early August on that one.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun.
And how do you set your goal for this following Cloudy Thinking?
Oh, that's a good question, because there's a bit of me that wants to reset my expectations back to 0.
Right.
But just because I don't want to be disappointed. It's a different kind of a track. The second one's a little bit more dancey, and it is one of those ones where the first one's a bit of an earworm with the chorus, I think.
Yep.
And the second one's a bit more dancey, makes people move, from what I've seen. So I'm hoping that it'll do, if it does at least as good, then I will be over the moon.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And if it goes half as good, that's still way over my expectations from a couple of months ago. So we'll see.
I can't wait to see how this release goes, but I can't wait to see as well how you continue to develop, Justin. It's been great watching you, knowing you, and I'm excited for the future for you, bud. So we'll jump into this track, and thanks for being part of this, man. Thank you.
It's the last blast of winter before the fury of the summer sun, plain delayed by the weather before this journey has begun. City comic, head to the country, oh hecklers I'll see. Take a step into discomfort, any step my mentor said. Oh, tame your fears and clarify your thoughts before your time flies like this jet. You never give yourself much credit, but other opinions, just forget it. Must persist like an old stoic if success had come to me. Give it a try and drink it in. Oh, come to my way of thinking. When I've days like these, song or two get me through. Oh, come on, man, get moving. Got a million things to do. Which one should I choose? Oh, come on, man, get moving. Must persist like an old stoic. Is success to come to me? Give it a try and drink it in. Oh, come to my way of thinking. Love the clarity of a still and sharp mind, fairly connected to what's good in the world, far away from you being unkind and those nasty words you hurled. It's my choice if they hurt me, so I choose to be free. Must persist like an old stoic if success should come to me. Give it a try and drink it in. Oh, come to my way of thinking. Give it a try and drink it in. Oh, come to my way of thinking. Huh. Thank you very much.